Unoriginal Screenplay episode 9, yeah!
Yeah?
The intro.
We're back, episode 9, still going strong, I think. Somehow it's my week again. Time flies when you're having fun with all your friends on a podcast. Yay! As always, I am joined by Mr. Josiah Coops, Cos of Films and Half Talks Movies. How are you guys?
Good, very good.
All right, very tired.
Yeah, good.
Just good timing, I guess, because we're recording. Andy Muschietti is reportedly set to direct Batman the Brave and the Bold. So the director of The Flash and the It movies is possibly directing the new Batman movie, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh, great timing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we had some big releases.
What is this picture they used of him?
He looks more like Pennywise than the guy
It's
who
in the
played
rock
Pennywise.
face.
We had some big releases over the last week. Well, we've had a busy week. We've been to several events. There's been some new movies that have come out. So we're gonna get straight into a Q&A because we're not jumping straight into anything yet.
No.
This week, I can't remember if we've done this before. I changed it up. We're doing a Would You Rather this week.
Still Harvey's idea.
Was it Harvey? Yeah, I couldn't remember if Harvey did Would You Rather or something else. And we're also doing film farts later on. What's in the box? It's just a whole game show episode. First up, we have some guy called Brandino has asked.
What a loser.
Beyond the Spiderverse, would you rather it be in Illumination animation style or Pixar style?
What stupid question.
Yeah.
Is Brandon dumb?
Especially when
Clearly
Justin
Illumination.
Pixar.
No, Pixar.
Without a
It's
doubt,
Pic-
Pixar.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, Connor has an agenda against Illumination for some reason. He absolutely despises their work.
I do.
Yeah, but also like
everything
Illumination
hate them.
compared to Pixar, I think the obvious
Yeah,
answer is
not a
Pixar,
chance.
right?
I don't think that. I mean, visual styles. I don't think they're too different. I mean, they're both 3D animation.
They are.
Cancel
They're both
Half
quite
Talks movies.
similar. I'm going to be on. No, I would agree with Harvey. They are quite
You
similar.
think
with,
Minions looks like
animation
Toy
style.
Story 4?
No, but no. But like they don't go overly creative with it to like Spider-Verse level, but like Pixar is overly like gorgeous. They make it more realistic in a way. They kind of put more work into their animation, make it look nicer with like water physics and everything like that. Illumination just does the bare basics they can do to get the most money they can get.
Yeah.
So they're both got like that sort of same-ish style, but like Pixar takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
I still think Pixar's better.
Without a doubt, Pixar's better.
Next question is from Big Frog Boy again. He's back.
No.
He says you can only save one director or one director's movies.
Oh.
Steven Spielberg or Christopher Nolan.
By Christopher Nolan.
I'm keeping Nolan. Give me Nolan.
I kind of guessed Josiah would do that.
Yeah. I love him.
Film bro.
They're both film bro-y, to be honest.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
they are
Steven
very
Spielberg is
bro-y.
not film. What
Yes, he
movie is
is.
Steven Spielberg releases film bro-y?
It depends on the definition of film bro, because it's getting
Jaws.
lost these days. Yeah,
Jaws is not a film bro movie. I'm sorry.
it is. Absolutely is.
It's probably
Alright,
one
fine,
of his most
fine.
film bro-ish films, but
I'll accept Jaws, but all of Christopher Nolan's filmography is
Yeah.
film bro.
Which is
Like,
perfect for a film bro. So I'm keeping Nolan.
I would obviously keep Spielberg. He's my favorite director. So I love Nolan though, but sorry by Batman and the rest of them. Connor, who would you save?
I've probably seen more Spielberg movies than Nolan, and Spielberg's probably been more influential on film in general. So come on, we'll keep Spielberg.
Oh, I agree, but I think Nolan has been more influential on modern cinema.
Spielberg also
modern
started
cinema.
DreamWorks.
Did he?
I'm definitely keeping
Gotta
Nolan.
keep him there.
Well, not the animated side, but like DreamWorks as a company.
Oh, I
I'm
didn't know
fairly
that.
certain anyway.
Oh,
I do not
that's
know.
cool. So Harvey, you'd save Spielberg, yeah?
Yeah. definitely.
Cool. Josiah, you can go sit with Christopher Nolan in the burning fire that we're leaving.
Happily, if I die with Christopher Nolan, that's a great way to go out.
Have you guys seen the guy on TikTok that like just went and had like a day with him in the cinema?
Oh yeah, that
And he
was
went,
so cool.
Yeah, it looks so much fun. I want to go and like sit with Christopher Nolan, talk about movies for a bit.
Yeah.
It looks like so much fun. We have a fun question, which I actually quite liked. I thought was quite clever. Heidi, I'm going to try and pronounce that, asks, watch an unfunny comedy or a not scary horror movie?
Oh.
I know which one I'd go for. I would go for a not scary horror movie because I think fundamentally, if a comedy isn't funny, it's cringy and it's awkward and I don't like it. If a horror movie isn't that scary, it can still be enjoyable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's like a horror comedy, then I guess so.
Well, like Scream, for example, technically comes under like the horror like genre as well as comedy, but I wouldn't say Scream is particularly scary, but it's still a very good horror movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess when you're saying that, I was thinking like proper horror, all-out horror, without the scares. I think without the scares, usually horror movies don't rely on its story; they rely on its scares. So if the horror and the scare aspects aren't good, you wouldn't expect the movie to be good. I can't stand unfunny comedies though. I would just take an unfunny comedy. Why not? Why not? I could just. It's probably an Adam Sandler movie, and I'll just laugh at it.
That's what I was thinking though. Like, is it like are we talking like Adam Sandler movies, or are we talking like movies which are intentionally not trying to be funny, so they're in some way funny? I know it's like
I'm thinking it's like it's advertised as a comedy. It's set out to be a comedy. It's just nothing's hitting. It's a bad.
Okay,
it's a bad comedy
movie.
Horror. Yeah.
The thing is, I would say the horror one, but I know I've willingly gone to the cinema thinking, I'm going to be watching a film like this, like, Ticket to Paradise kind of vibe film.
Okay.
And I still go and watch it anyway. So I probably, let's be honest, I would probably watch either because at some point I will.
Ticket to Paradise was good. I enjoyed it.
It was a fun movie.
I expected it to be not funny. I expected to go in and it be like absolute garbage, unfunny, trying to be this amazing comedy, but it's just nothing. And so I still went and watched it. So I'd probably go with that. Probably both, actually. I'll watch them both.
Yeah, I think in my head, if I think of like how I would rate an unfunny comedy, the likelihood is it would be like a 1 or 2 star on Letterboxd. But a non-scary horror movie, I think could still definitely be like a 3 star. If it was somewhat decent. But I don't know. Then final question we have from a random guy called Leon. Never heard of him. Would you rather see Nicolas Cage play Batman or Superman? Go, Josiah.
Hi. Batman, because who's seen Kick-Ass here? Connor, you've seen Kick-Ass.
Yes,
I've seen Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Big Daddy is like the better version of Batman. So
Batman.
I think it's written in the stars for him to play Batman. I also, I'm a big Nick Cage fan. I've spoken about it on the podcast before. My favorite actor of all time. Yeah. But he actually is kind of good in Kick-Ass. So I would like to see him as Batman. I'm happy for that.
And Connor.
I'm going to agree because he's Grug in Croods. I don't know. I couldn't give a reason.
Yeah, that works.
Stick with the Big Daddy reason.
He's also Spider-Man Noir. That's like black and white, like Batman.
True.
Cool.
Harvey.
I'll disagree because I think that it would be a cool casting to see him as Batman, but I don't think it's the right fit because I'm not as big of a Nick Cage fan as you guys. But he only voiced Spider-Man Noir, and also let's not forget he's already tried being like a dark character in Renfield. And that movie, I can't even speak. That movie wasn't great.
Yeah, but he was the best part of that movie.
He still wasn't. That's like he's still not great in that movie. Like he's all right, but like him saying he's the best part of that movie doesn't mean anything. Like because the movie was terrible. So, like, I'll see Superman. I think that'd be more interesting.
Have you seen Kick-Ass, Harvey?
No.
Watch it and you'll say Batman.
Okay.
I love the
what I was
idea
saying.
of just like putting Nicolas Cage in Robert Pattinson's position in the Batman, but like everything else is the same. It's just Nicolas Cage is playing Batman. I just would love to see that. I think it would be
It's like
an amazing movie.
It's like that one trailer someone edited where they put Jim Carrey as the Riddler
Yeah,
in all the trailers.
that would be such a Nicolas Cage versus Jim Carrey. How cool would that
Great.
be? Oh, well, there
That
we
would be a
go.
film.
We'll pitch that to whoever owns Batman, and we'll get that made. Right, well, that was
it director guy. He's now.
Oh yeah, Andy Machete. Yeah, we'll get him involved. Yeah. Cool. Sorted. Jim Carrey and Nicolas Cage as Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sold. That's like highest grossing movie of the year, easily. Right, well, that's the Q&A section. If you want to ask us some questions, go follow us on Instagram, and we put questions. What? Anyway, we went to an event this week. Woo! I lie. Sorry, hang on 2 seconds. We'll backtrack. 3 of us went to one event this week. Sorry, so I didn't want Harvey to get excited that we're talking about Spider-Man. Harvey was really busy and couldn't come, so Josiah took his place, and we saw the Boogeyman, which is a new horror movie that is releasing. It's releasing theaters now, and it's coming out on Disney Plus soon. It's based on a Stephen King short book. And it was a scary movie. You'll be pleased to know, anyone that knows me knows I hate horror with a passion because it scares me. I sat through the whole movie and I watched every single frame, and it didn't actually scare me that much. So
I was so
don't know
proud,
if that.
Kai.
Thanks, man. What did you guys think, Josiah? What did you think of the Boogeyman?
It's very very movie. No, I didn't really like it. I think horror fans will get enough enjoyment out of it. But very cliche movie. I haven't even seen enough horror to point out every horror cliche, but I felt like I could predict the whole movie pretty quickly. I think we can speak about this. The director came out and was pretty much claimed it was like the scariest movie ever, and that I was like, oh no, I can't watch this. And then it wasn't like that bad. Out of the 5 horrors I've seen or whatever, it's not even the scariest out of those. So I was a little disappointed with that. I was sort of expecting to get scared. I think the biggest scare was when the 20th century popped up. That was pretty scary. But other than that,
because you're scared of 20th century, or because it was a jump scare when it appeared?
I was sat by Martin and he had the biggest jump scare of my life, which scared me. And then Kai, you look behind, I'm just giggling so much because I was like, what has just happened? But no, I didn't overly love the movie. I'm sure Connor the horror fan might have, but
well, I agree with you. It was very cliche. And I absolutely love Andrew's comment on the film that it was written by AI. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, you've got a point with it. But I did also quite enjoy it. I think there was some good tension building in the film. I quite liked the monster, what he looked like, but it was also like strange in a way, which was kind of cool. I like the strange horror aspects when there is like stuff like Hereditary. It's like strange horror rather than explicit, just like straight out all horror. You know, I don't even know if that any makes sense. But I enjoyed aspects. I like the lighting and stuff, apart from the fact they don't turn on their fucking torches. How stupid do you have to be to know this monster only exists in the darkness and not try a light switch or literally use your phone? I was like, maybe they don't have a phone, but in like one of the scenes when the girl gets home, she gets her phone out and puts the torch on. Like, come on, how dumb do you have to be?
Yeah,
that was the only thing that like infuriated me about that film. How stupid they were.
Yeah,
they were very stupid.
The main girl, especially, like I thought the actress was good and did a good job, but her character was so frustrating. Like, again, like Josiah said, like so many horror tropes, and it's like, I'm gonna go walk into this building that, and I know the monster's in here, but I'm gonna go on my own. I'm not gonna call anyone. I'm gonna walk through in the dark. I've not got any weapons. Let's just see what happens. Oh no, I've just been like what like. It was just stuff like that was really frustrating. I agree with Connor. I think the tension building was really good. However, I've now thinking about it because I haven't really thought about the movie since we watched it. There was a movie that released last year, and I can't think of the name of it. It's about the Airbnb. And Barbarian, right? So quite similar movies in terms of, well, I guess like all horror movies, but they kind of very similar in that like quite tension building, something's going on, and there's like monster in the basement, and then I think Barbarian did that a lot better than this movie now thinking about it, because I come out going like, oh, it was fine, it was an okay movie, definitely not gonna watch it again, whereas I think Barbarian did a lot of the aspects that this movie had a lot better. Why are you two laughing? What happened? What have I said?
Because of this Barbarian, the film, I only remember one scene from that entire movie.
Do you not like it?
I've been looking at you the entire time to see if you'd actually just like clock on to the fact that I was smiling as well.
Do you not like Barbarian?
Have you both seen Barbarian?
I've not, but I'm not planning on watching it.
It's the one scene when the naked lady jumps off the tower and just dives straight to the ground. It's that one scene that I always engraved in my head when I think about that movie. I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face.
That's like the first time I've burst out laughing in a horror movie in the cinema or anything like that. It was just so unnecessary that they did that.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, I thought Barbarian had a lot of similar aspects to this movie and just did it a lot better. But like I say, I didn't hate this movie. I think I gave it 3-star. Like, it was, very middle of the road. I will never watch it again. I probably won't remember it, to be honest. Only if we hadn't gone to the event for this movie, I would not have watched it, and I definitely would not remember it afterwards. But because we went to the event, which actually was quite cool, I liked all the candles. I'll remember it because of that, I guess. Harvey, are you going to watch the Boogeyman?
You'll remember the candles.
Yes.
There were candles.
There were a lot of candles. Yeah, Harvey, are you gonna watch it?
Maybe.
Comes out on Disney Plus soon. Just watch it when it comes out.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I've been doing that with a few films this year. Like, I'll wait until the digital release, just because it's a lot of effort for me to get to the cinema at the moment, stuff like that. So yeah.
If I praise it a little bit, do you think you'll go? I'll give it a little bit of praise.
Go on then.
I thought Vivian Lyra Blair was very good.
Oh my god, yeah, she's great.
She plays young Leia in Obi-Wan. Very talented, very talented. Because this is a very different role to Leia, but I still thought she was like the standout somehow, which was quite funny. And yeah, the tension building was good. I just think they ruined it with a lot of cheap scares. So I was gonna say I'm praising it. Now I just think of bad stuff again. Like, I found the first half very dragged out, and then they really rushed the ending. I thought the pacing was all over the place. But yeah,
the action scenes weren't shot very well either. I didn't think, or edited well. Like, it was very dark and very jumpy. And
this is great praise, guys.
Sorry, I just remembered I don't like this movie. Don't watch it.
I feel like some horror fans will definitely enjoy it. This movie will have like a big following somewhere in like Central America, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's better than Smile.
That's out on Sky now, so I'm very tempted to watch it.
I get terrified when I load up Sky because it's the first thing that comes on the screen.
Yeah, it's
smiling face.
Right, well, that was the Boogeyman. Thanks to whoever made that movie.
20th Century.
20th Century. Yeah, thanks 20th Century for inviting us. We had a fun time at the event, and the Boogeyman's out in theaters. It comes out Disney Plus. I don't think they've got a release date for it at the moment, but it will come out on Disney Plus soon. I would definitely say maybe just wait until it comes out on Disney Plus. I don't know if I'd say go out of your way to watch it, but I don't know horrors. Please invite us to more events. 20th Century will big up your movie, I promise. Talking of Disney Plus, all the Indiana Jones movies released on Disney Plus this week, and Josiah got to go and watch Raiders of the Lost Ark in the cinema and didn't tell any of us he was going. The bastard! He just kind of went.
I thought I told you at Comic-Con I was going.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you just were there, and I was like, oh, I guess he's going to Indiana Jones then.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew, for bringing me. But yes, it was. He was just like, do you want to come to Boogeyman and Indiana Jones and me? So I was like, yeah, okay. But yeah, it was. As far as an event goes, it was at the View, and they actually put a bit of effort into it. Like, they had a nice setup. It was jungle themed, like themed food and drinks, cool photo ops, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, when we sat down, they just blasted the music, the theme. I was like, oh, this is going to be so good. But yeah, it was a good environment, and I've not seen the Indiana Jones films in a while, so I'm excited to continue to watch them on Disney Plus. But yeah, it was a good way to start the rewatch before the new one, which hopefully is not terrible.
Keep our fingers crossed. Harvey, will you be watching them now they're on Disney Plus in preparation for Dial of Destiny?
Well, yeah, it gives me a place to actually watch them finally, like without going out of my way to have to like buy them all. So yeah, I want to watch all of like the big franchise films that are getting a new edition this year. That's what my goal has been. So yeah, I'll definitely will. Yeah.
Fast and Furious though, you missed it.
Oh yeah,
I still watched the new one, and I watched 20 minutes of the first film.
There you go.
I think that's good enough. I got my fair share of Fast X.
I only missed 9. It's okay.
Yeah, you don't need to watch them really. Connor, do you like Indiana Jones? Are you excited for the new one?
I wouldn't say I'm overly like a big fan of Indiana Jones. I've watched them all, and I've watched I think the first two, so not all of them. So I might have lied then. I haven't watched them all. I've watched I think the first two. So I want to rewatch them ones and then watch the other two before was it called Dial of Destiny?
Yeah.
So I want to rewatch them pretty much. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking them out on Disney Plus whenever they are there. Sorry, I wanted to make it sound like an ad because you said
this does. To be honest, it does sound like a bit of an ad. I feel like
I guess I just because I'm hosting, I just like Indiana Jones, and I also kind of needed something else to talk about this week because otherwise it is just pure Spider-Verse, which is fine. But I might also they've released there's a series called The Young Indiana Jones Adventures or something, which is like a series about like him as a kid and the stuff he got up to. Which I've never seen, and in Harrison Ford actually makes like a cameo appearance as Indiana Jones, as like in one of the opening scenes in that show. So I might be watching that. The 90s, I think.
Oh, okay.
No way.
Yeah,
I think it went all the way to 2000, according to what Letterboxd is saying.
How many? What, really? I thought it was only like a season or two. I didn't realize it was. I really hope it's not like a 10-season thing.
It's a very long thing, apparently. Oh my words, there's so many things. Well, on Letterboxd, the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones has so many different ones.
I'm gonna find out. Also, this week, Avatar. There's whatever the second one was called. Comes out. Way of Water, that's the one. Josiah, how many times are you watching it this time?
I am so done with that franchise now. I actually liked the movie, but I don't think I want to watch it ever again. I could not care less anymore.
Until the third one releases.
Yeah, like I might rewatch it before the third one, but then I'll probably watch 10 minutes. I'm like, I remember everything. I don't want to watch it anymore. But yeah, go Avatar. I thought I financially supported it enough to stay in cinemas, but it's okay.
I might rewatch it on Wednesday. I don't know. If it wasn't such a long movie, then like I definitely would. But I don't know. I felt like I'd quite like to give it a rewatch and see if my thoughts on it stay the same. Because I didn't hate that movie. I just thought it was kind of fine. But yeah, Avatar, Indiana Jones, Disney Plus, hit us up.
Kai, what's your favorite? What's your favorite Indiana Jones movie?
The Last Crusade, number 3.
I feel like that's quite popular among people right now, saying The Last Crusade. It's a good one.
Yeah, I used to really like
second.
Temple of Doom, but kind of my tastes matured. What about you, Josiah?
I would say Raiders is my favorite, but The Last Crusade isn't far behind.
No, I really like Last Crusade. I think Indy and his dad together are great. And then Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is obviously my second place.
I'm not excited to rewatch that.
I'm kind of because I haven't watched it in years. I'm kind of looking forward to it just to see if I'm looking forward to Harvey watching these movies and watching the first 3 and going, oh my god, this is like one of the best movie trilogies of all time. I can't wait to watch number 4. Put that on, and it's like, oh, cool. I see why there's been 15 years in between movies. So, Across the Spiderverse released this week, and we got to go to the premiere for it. But before we get into it, I've got a game for us to play. New game time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna call this Kai's Letterboxd review game. So
Yay.
I went through Letterboxd and I had screenshotted 5 Letterboxd reviews for different Spider-Man movies. I'm going to
Ooh,
read
okay.
you the
Ooh,
line
like this.
of each review, and you have to guess which Spider-Man movie it is. I will tell you that one of... Actually, I won't say that. They're all the Spider-Man movies. So, like Andrew Garfield...
So it doesn't include Venom or
No
Morbius.
Venom, no Morbius. Just Spider-Man movies.
So Spider-Man has to be the main character.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 1,
Okay.
2, 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, the MCU Spider-Man, and Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. Possibly, who knows? It's only 5 of them, so it might not be any of this. But yeah, so are we ready?
Yes.
Yes.
So some of them are a bit easier, some of them aren't. We'll start with, I think, an easy one, if you remember this. We have, did Peter just call his dick his web shooter?
That is
It has
Spider-Man.
to be an Andrew one.
No, I think it's Tom Holland.
I think it's Homecoming.
Yeah, I think it's Homecoming or Far From Home, I think.
I need one answer from you, Josiah.
I'm gonna go, just because Harvey's going Homecoming, I'll go Far From Home.
And Connor, what is your guess?
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
One of you is correct.
Oh.
It's not Connor.
Oh, I didn't think so.
It's the Peter Tingle thing.
It is a Tom Holland line. And it is, in fact, from, I think, a severely underrated movie. It's Far From Home.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
Yeah,
Underrated.
it gets...
Homecoming's
it's always
better.
on last.
Homecoming is better.
I think Far From Home is the worst Holland movie, but
Yeah, I still think
That's
it's good
just
though.
me.
The discourse to Homecoming and Far From Home recently has been crazy though.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, I
people
know,
really
yeah.
seem to be hating on those movies right now when they're good movies.
They are good movies. Next up. If I were Peter Parker, I'd simply be Spider-Man and let myself get pussy. What an idiot.
That
That could be
sounds...
any of them.
I bet it's Spider-Man 3.
I was gonna say Spider-Man 3 as well. I'm not gonna try and be different. I was thinking Spider-Man 3 as soon as you said that. It's
Connor,
Bully
what-
Maguire.
Oh, I don't bloody know.
Ooh, it could be the original
It could be any
Spider-Man
of
actually.
them. Go for the first Amazing Spider-Man.
No,
I'm gonna
I'll-
stick
I'll-
with the Amazing Spider-Man.
I'll change just so I have a different answer. I'll go Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1.
We've got Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 3, and what did you say,
The
Connor?
Amazing Spider-Man.
You're all incorrect. It's Spider-Man 2. It's,
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I guess he goes through the whole existential crisis of like, I can't be with MJ because I'm Spider-Man, but then that's kind of every movie he's in. But
That
anyway,
could honestly apply
Yeah.
to any of them. Yeah.
yeah. Next up, we have Scorsese Could Never.
Oh, come on.
That's got to be an MCU one.
Yeah, surely.
No, it could be an animated one though.
No, I
Ooh.
reckon Scorsese respects
From Home.
Into the Spider-Verse and Across.
Far
You
From
know
Home.
what? Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No.
I'm going to say No Way Home.
And Connor.
Okay, I'm gonna change my answer. Spider-Man 3.
One of you is correct. With
I
a
bet
late
it's No Way
answer,
Home.
it's Connor.
Oh,
It's
oh.
Spider-Man 3. Yeah.
Yes, I did say Far From
Yeah.
Home originally. Then you asked my answer again, and I was like, I'm changing it.
It's true, he could never.
Number 4, the penultimate one. What's the points like? Josiah's got one, Connor's got one, Harvey, you don't have one yet, right?
No.
Well, maybe you'll get this one. This is garbage, but it's my garbage.
Ooh.
The
Well-
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as
Yeah.
well.
Garbage.
I think I'll go 1 just so it's different. Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Well, I'll go No Way Home.
You can go for the same answer if you want. It's not a...
No, I'll
It's
be
fine.
different.
I'll go with 1. It's fine.
I think it's Amazing Spider-Man 2, but Connor got there first. You
Yeah,
just gotta
same.
respect it. You gotta respect it, but I'll go No Way Home.
It was straight in there with 2, so it's fine.
It is, in fact, the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we
this
should all
person-
really have that.
Yeah.
We all knew it.
This person has it at 3-star, so I respect it.
It's not
Uh,
really
that's
that
outrageous.
garbage then if it's 3 stars.
I bet that was your
fine-
review.
It was, in fact, mine. Finally, we have... I want to die in the arms of my late mother. This was so good, and all the characters are excellent.
Across the Spiderverse.
No Way Home.
Into the
No Way Home.
Spider-Verse.
Josiah Coots gets the point. It is
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse, which brings us nicely Into Across the Spiderverse time. Yeah.
Should have thought about that. It was a smart way to get into it.
So we all got invited to the Across the Spiderverse special gala screening at Leicester Square Cineworld again. I was there twice this week. Josiah, you were there 3 times, which is kind of crazy. Oh, well, you're not. Oh, no, yeah, but you're in Leicester Square though, right? Anyway, so we had to do. We did a little campaign for Across the Spiderverse, and then we got invited to this special screening, which I didn't realize was actually on the day that the movie released. So I didn't feel too special. I thought we were seeing it early, but we kind of were, I guess. So first of all,
30 minutes.
Yeah, by 30. Yeah, I'll take it. So I guess just as like a brief start, we won't talk spoilers until we say we'll talk spoilers, just in case anyone that's listening to this hasn't seen the movie.
I'm not going to talk spoilers at all because I've got someone who hasn't watched it behind me.
Oh, well then in that, do you have
I have headphones. You guys can. I will just agree.
Okay. First of all, what did you guys think of the event? It's the first time I've been to an event where I've actually really wanted to see the movie and I've not been fussed about the event going on, which is a shame because I feel like the event was actually quite cool. There was a lot of photo opportunities. Harvey, what did you think?
Yeah, it was really cool. I think it was really interesting to see how they managed, because like it wasn't as big as some of the ones we've been to before, but like it was still really like interesting to see how they decided to do things. There were so many photo opportunities which we all took part in, which were really cool. I think they were some of the best parts of the entire event. And then we went into the super screen they have there, which I've only ever been in the IMAX screen that they have. So to see the super screen was pretty cool as well. So yeah, it was really, really nice. I liked it.
Oh no, what did you think?
I like the photo opportunities, but I am a little bit disappointed that because we're such big celebrities, they were like, we'll push you past everyone else. We basically skipped the blue carpet.
We did, yeah.
That was I just wanted to walk on it a little bit, but sadly we did skip over that.
Yeah, we skipped like a whole queue.
They could have risked our lives though. Like, we're so famous, we would get swarmed.
We were ferried through because, exactly, yeah.
We can't they were like, their unoriginal screenplay. We didn't know you were coming. Quickly rush you inside before your fans come.
It's tough
because there were so many of them. Like they were swarming us.
We were actually like the first ones. Yeah,
we were the first ones in there. Yeah,
we were the first ones in the whole event.
Yeah. Josiah, what did you think of the event?
Again, I was just so excited for the movie. It could have been the worst event ever, and I would still be happy. But I agree, the photo opportunities were great for the visual people, the YouTube ones. This is our little group picture.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really cool. Go to my Instagram to see my ones, and all these guys' Instagram to see theirs. But really fun event. I would have liked to have gone on the carpet. I think it was mostly just for the cosplayers, and then like the A-list stars got to go on there.
So why weren't we there?
Well, that's
we're better than A-list. We're higher. We're S-list.
S-list.
But yeah, good seeing a bunch of people, and Haley Steinfeld was there. I didn't quite get to put my plan in place, but I saw her, and that's all I needed. And I'm gonna say I think she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in person. So I was just very happy to see her.
Well, that's awkward for you. You've met both mine and Connor's girlfriends, so that's cool. We'll make sure.
I thought you'd.
Wow, that's fine.
I'm standing by my statement.
You hate our girlfriends. You don't think they're pretty. That's cool.
I actually quite like your girlgirlfriends. They're very nice.
This is like the biggest.
Wow, you flirted with my girlfriend
on Twitter. This is like a Twitter conversation right here.
Yeah, me and Kai are beefing on Twitter, to be fair. But
it's either all love or it's just beef.
Yeah,
it's no in between.
The movie was very good, which is the most important thing.
Yes.
The DJ was great.
The DJ was cool. What was? Yeah. Sod the event now. I want to talk about the movie. The movie is much better than them, right? Across the Spiderverse. So I watched Into the Spiderverse like 3 years ago. I really enjoyed it, and I've not actually seen it since. So I rewatched it the day before the event. Yeah, I don't know why. Just never got around to watching it again. Rewatched it before the event, and whilst I still love that movie, I think it's phenomenal. I dropped it to a 4.5. I didn't think it was a 5-star movie. I think in some places it dragged for me a little bit. However, love the movie. Went into Across the Spiderverse thinking, I've heard all the hype, it's going to be the best movie ever. My mind is going to be blown. And whilst my mind was blown, I do think the hype's a bit too much. I'm going to be honest. I have it at 4-star currently, and I realize this is a very unpopular position I'm putting myself in, especially with you three guys who have it at 5 stars. I thought it lacked story in places.
Man, Kai, I respect the bravery. I really do.
Thanks, man.
But no, it's really weird saying like 4-star is like, oh, I can't believe.
Yeah, I know.
4-star when
I feel so weird being like, yeah, like it was. But
I'm
I
going to
think
go
it's
and see what Kai also gave 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Oh, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I still love the movie, and I'm very excited to watch it again. I think I might enjoy it a lot more on rewatch, because like I kind of know that the hype's kind of died down. I can just watch it and enjoy it as it is. I do stand by the fact that I think Into the Spider-Verse is a better movie, and I agree. Do disagree with everyone saying it's the best superhero movie, because I actually, again, bold claims, and Connor, I know you agree with me here. I do think Guardians 3 was the better movie. For me, anyway.
Yes, I agree.
But I do put that down to the fact that Guardians 3 is its own contained story and has a start, a middle, and a finish. This is part 1 of part 2. So it's kind of a bit difficult to compare them, even though it does have its own story. It does kind of end on like a cliffhanger and not everything's wrapped up. Whereas Guardians 3, I think, was very contained and very, very well done. I just wanted to get my piece out of the way, because I know you guys are going to gush over this movie and talk about how much you loved it, which is great. And I'm kind of sad that I wasn't as invested in the hype as everyone else is. But Josiah, you look
Kai,
upset.
I'll soften the blow for you if you want.
Oh,
I enjoyed it a lot, but it's one that's kind of like, I watched it and I was like, this is great. And I was like, definitely, yeah, it's like, I can see it's 5 stars. It's like, it's an amazing movie. But it's like one that's sort of, there was something in it. And I was like, it doesn't sit right with me. But I have been thinking about it since I watched it. And it's kind of like, I've just constantly been thinking about it, listening to the soundtrack. And it's made me now, I really want to rewatch it so that I can fill in that gap, because I think it was sort of like, the reason it didn't sit is because of that cliffhanger ending. And it's sort of like, I felt like it should have continued, but it didn't. And I think that will make
divide is.
Yeah, I think it'll make it way better when Beyond
100%. When you can watch Across and Beyond like back to back, I feel like, because it's one movie really, isn't it? That's just been split into 2. So I feel like it will make it like for me anyway. I definitely think it could get bumped up then. But at this moment in time, I'm quite happy with where I'm sat with it. I think I'd like to rewatch it, and maybe it could go up again. And I might enjoy it a whole lot more. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy it. A beautiful movie, like visually, I love the animation of these movies. They're so good. Character-wise, it's great. Story-wise, I did think it was lacking in certain places, but again, it's part 1 of part 2, so like it's always a difficult position to put a movie in. And the soundtrack was great. Josiah, you look sad. You look kind of angry at me. I feel like you might quit the podcast. Tell me your thoughts on Across the Spiderverse. Let's get into the more positive. I just wanted to get my thing out of the way, because I realize I'm not, the biggest fan. But talk about how good it is.
In the last week and a half, I watched Into the Spider-Verse twice and Across the Spider-Verse twice. Because I watched Into the Spider-Verse before, then watched Across the Spider-Verse twice, and then rewatched Into the Spider-Verse last night or 2 nights ago. I think, honestly, they're like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think they're both in like my top 10 favorite movies right now. And I hate to say this, because I've got all this big discovery where I've started to watch movies, and my top 10 shouldn't still have comic book movies, but my top 10 has like 4 comic book movies in it, and I have.
Oh no, stop that! That's a ridiculous statement. Like, if you like comic book movies, I hate people who are like, like, shut up, Seth's film reviews. Real talk, we're coming for you. I'm sorry, Seth, I love you.
Yeah, my taste, as much as I love other stuff, comic book movies still play a big part in my life, I guess, as well as like Star Wars and stuff. They're still very important to me. I thought Across the Spider-Verse was an exceptional achievement. I understand what you're saying about story, but then again, I don't. I think it's 2 hours 20 minutes. I didn't feel it, to be completely honest. I thought it flew by, and I thought they did very well with the structure. I think it started off, dare I say, quite grounded with the stuff in Brooklyn and the getting into the actual like main bulk of the film. There were great family moments, great dynamics between new characters we've had, and I thought it just flowed very well. And then the second half of the movie very overwhelming. So much going on. Yeah, I loved every second of it. And then it seems like the ending is the part that's quite decisive amongst the people who watched it. For me, I adored the last 10, 15 minutes. I was sweating. I just wanted more. And I think the only annoying thing is waiting a year now. I'm glad it's not like 5 years, like the gap between the last two. But I adored Across the Spider-Verse. I think visually it's probably the best film I've ever seen. Each world, unique world, they animated it so well. Like over 1,000 animators. They really put a lot of care and heart, and like you can tell they loved making this movie. It didn't feel lazy at all. Very tough task, and they killed it for me. And the soundtrack is so good, so good. So yeah, I kind of loved it.
I think it was a bold claim for you to say it's the most beautiful movie you've ever seen when like Ant-Man Quantumania come out in February, but that's fine.
True.
Harvey, what were your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, I don't want to just keep repeating what everyone else has said, but it was like I really like it. I don't even have to explain it. It just like connected with me like a lot more than I was even expecting it to. Like when the movie started and we saw that like it's not a spoiler, but just like the drumming sequence at the beginning, like it was I was sat there thinking, oh, how is this gonna even be able to top Into the Spider-Verse? And then we slowly just went along the story, and I was like, yeah, this is how. It's just really interesting how that happened. I want to touch upon how Josiah mentioned about like the animation and stuff. I saw something the other day. Apparently, Spider-Punk is different parts of his body animated at different frame rates. That's why it looks so different, which is something I didn't even know was possible, not gonna lie, in like the same shot and frame, which is crazy. Like that's the amount of detail they went to. For one character, one Spider-Man, they animated him at different frame rates to make it like look visually different. It's so cool. Just like and that's the other thing. There's so much lore behind everything. Like you can rewatch this film like 4 or 5 times and just see something you didn't even spot in the last like 3 watches. It's crazy how much detail there is in these films, and I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
I also have noticed so many people sharing screenshots from Into the Spider-Verse that are like things that have like come up in Across the Spider-Verse, and they're such minor things, and you're like, did they plan that, or was that entirely accidental? That there's like a 42 like falls next to Miles when he falls off of he hits a building. So I don't know what's happened.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
intentional.
It's surely like they must have. Yeah, it's crazy. I agree.
This is a good thing though. Like it means that they've probably already gotten the story for Beyond the Spider-Verse written, because it's coming out in a year, obviously. But like that means that they've had the entire story known since 2018, pretty much, or like the bare bones about it, which is like really good. Like not many films or franchises do that. Yeah, this is the thing. Not many franchises do this nowadays, which I think is like something that needs to happen.
Yeah. It's phenomenal movie. Like it will easily be in everyone's top 10, I think, of this year. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Like,
I'm ruling off first place already. It's 1. Nothing will top it for me this year, I don't think. As much as I want to say Oppenheimer, Kills the Flower Moon, June Part 2. No, Across Spider-Verse was my most anticipated at the start. Barbie's not going to be a 5-star. I'm sorry.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
It won't be. It won't be a 5-star.
Wow. Josiah hates women. Josiah hates women.
You know what, Kai? Let's take it there. You don't like Into the Spider-Verse, Across Spider-Verse? Yeah, that's right.
To be fair, Kai,
he knows what I was going to say.
You rated Across the Spider-Verse the same as Enola Holmes 2.
Just
for reference.
That is a really good movie. That is a really good movie.
Netflix won't pay you, okay? It's
I'm trying to get in with them, man. It's not. I need to be Stranger Things 5. I need to get there.
But I think the best way to speak about this movie will be in the spoilers. So when
let's get into let's do some spoilery stuff. I feel like in the grand scheme of things, not a massive amount of spoilery stuff. I feel like a lot of the movie is kind of not told through the trailer, but like you can kind of see where it's going. And because it is part 1, obviously it's a build up to part 2 where I feel like there will be more crazy things going on. But yeah, we'll get into some spoilers. You can look down at the bar and there'll be a timestamp or something.
Skip ahead a few like minutes or whatever.
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing is that Miles is an anomaly, and that if he wasn't bit by the Spider-Man, he would have become the Prowler in the other universe, or in his universe, which I thought was a brilliant twist. Like, I know
definitely.
I know it's not like the Miles we know that has done it, but still, like, the thought that like that is where he was heading is crazy. And that is another thing that someone screenshotted, is that when Peter picks up his spider sense in Into the Spider-Verse, he has the Prowler colors behind him, and then it switches into Spider-Man because his bite has kicked in. Like, how could it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. I don't think that was the only like foreshadowing of him being the Prowler in Into the Spider-Verse as well, because I saw something about do you remember in the car on his way to school in Into the Spider-Verse, and his dad was like, you don't want to end up like your Uncle Aaron, and people were saying like the dad knew he was the Prowler, because when he finds the Uncle Aaron dead, he's not like, oh my gosh, he's the Prowler. Like he almost knew he was the Prowler, but because he was his brother, he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And he didn't want him to go down that path, and he spoke about people making decisions, and I guess that the Miles in the other universe made the decision to follow Uncle Aaron and be the Prowler. And people were saying that night where he got bit by the spider could have been the night where he got introduced to the whole Prowler thing. So I think, incredible foreshadowing from the start. And I like the idea of where it'll leave them in Beyond the Spider-Verse, because will the Prowler Miles, he knows there's a version of his dad alive. Will he try go to that universe and, I don't know, kill there? There's no Prowler in that universe now as well, so
that's true.
It'll be really cool to see where they go with that one.
I also think it like entirely makes sense that would happen too. Like, do you know sometimes they do, like, movies do like little twists like that, and it's like, well, that seems really out of character. And like, don't get me wrong, it does seem like the complete polar opposite of where Miles is at now. But they set up how much he loves his uncle in the first movie, and like it would make so much sense for him to like follow his lead and get into that sort of stuff. So I really liked that. Like, it didn't feel ridiculous and like, well, that's just not what Miles would do at all.
Well, he does follow him to rebel anyway in the first one, because they do the graffiti stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like completely out of character anyway.
No,
he's just you know, I can't really go into context because, you know, but like our Miles
we get you.
Yeah. Especially also like even the current Miles we have shows signs of that. Like, I know it is a completely kind of separate situation, but when he finds out that like his dad has to die, that's like a canon event for him. He completely bins off every Spider-Man. He's just like, no, I'm gonna go do my own thing. I don't care about all of you. Like, turns against Gwen, turns against Peter B. Parker, like people he loves. He just completely turns against because he believes the one thing that he thinks. Now I'm talking about this movie. I need to watch this movie again, man. I need to see this movie again.
It's so good.
It's brilliant writing, like, all around. I want to know your guys' opinion on some of the cameo appearances we got, specifically Mr. Donald Glover appearing as Prowler and people kind of assuming that is his character in Homecoming. Harvey, what did you think of that?
Well, initially I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest, I was a bit confused because I'm not too familiar, like, outside of these films, I'm not too familiar with like that aspect and like Childish Gambino and all of that, and the importance of that. So I actually asked Connor on the train back, I'll admit this, like what because I knew it was from Homecoming, but I was just like a little bit confused as to why everyone was so hype about that moment. But yeah, it's really cool. I like how they did that, and I don't think no one expected it, which is, I think, is cool. I'm so glad they managed to keep stuff like that under wraps. And there's a few more moments like that in the movie as well. Like, it's so.
Does
cool.
everyone understand the context behind that though?
Yeah.
Behind why it's like so special.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'm really out of the loop. I just thought it's because he was in Homecoming.
Can I explain? Because I've already told this to Leah, so it doesn't matter. It's a spoiler, I can explain. So basically, in Community Season 2, Episode 1, Donald Glover plays Troy throughout the first four seasons. But he wakes up in the morning wearing a Spider-Man outfit, and that's the reason Miles Morales exists, because they wrote Miles to be played by Donald Glover. Donald Glover inspired Miles. So then that's why he's then cast as Uncle Aaron in the Homecoming, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's going to be the Prowler," and that's why he's now the Prowler.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so cool.
I didn't know that. I just
And-
assumed everyone freaked out because it was like, oh, it's the MCU Prowler. Like, that's so cool.
Hey, and Kai, your
There's
mind
more
will
to
get
it than
blown
that.
by this. So I was
I think I know
rewatching
what
Into
he's
the
gonna
Spider-Verse
say.
as well.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
And when Miles goes to visit Uncle Aaron, on the TV is that episode of
Yes.
Community
Yeah.
with Donald Glover dressed as
Oh.
Spider-Man on the TV. And it's
Yeah.
super, super smart. And wasn't that episode was like Donald Glover's campaign to try and be an Amazing Spider-Man as well?
Yes.
Like, because he wanted, it was when they
It
hadn't
was around
cast
the
Andrew,
same time.
yeah,
wasn't
they hadn't cast Andrew Garfield yet, and he wanted to be Spider-Man. Or
Mm.
like they were, and then they just cast Andrew Garfield, but he wanted to be involved in the Spider-Man universe somehow. So it's all
that's so cool.
yeah, it's so great, and I'm very excited to see if they do use him like as the Prowler in live action now as well.
I hope so.
Well,
But he's-
rumor has it we're getting a live action Miles movie.
There
So
we
that
go.
would be pretty cool.
He's quite frankly too old to play Miles Morales, but I think he would be a great Prowler. So yeah,
Age him
I'd be
down.
keen.
Age him down.
Yeah, de-age him. It'd be fine.
sure.
Or just don't. We just don't address the fact that like a 40-year-old man is playing a 16-year-old boy.
They do it in Greece. They do it in Greece.
I think he's 15. I don't even think he's 16. He's
Oh, even
yeah,
better.
he might,
That's fine.
yeah, sure. Well, he's short. It'll work.
So question I have for all of you, because we're still in kind of spoiler territory. I guess this will wrap up this conversation because we've been talking for way too long. But do you guys think that Miles's dad is going to be the canon event in Miles's life? Do you think Miles is gonna have a canon event? Or do you think the Prowler was his, or his uncle's death was his moment?
Well, it seems like they're hinting towards the captain has to die, not necessarily that is his dad. So unless there's a way, they stop him from being captain, or maybe the captain already died whilst Peter was Spider-Man and then it doesn't happen. But then again, they show the clip of the building falling and him going to save the kid.
We do see that with Gwen though. Like her father was captain and then stepped down, and then she was really like relieved that he'd stepped down because that means she wasn't captain, and then like she wasn't going to lose her dad. I think that was like one of the. I might have read that wrong, but I think that's one of the things
right.
that I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, but when the spot showed Miles, the building falling, I don't know.
Villain.
Yeah, we didn't even speak about the spot, but
Oh yeah,
I think he'll survive. I think he'll survive, but I think we'll see a lot of deaths in Beyond the Spider-Verse. A lot of just random Spider-Man variants will die, but
I agree with that. I don't think they'll kill anyone. I don't think it'll be like a massive, maybe Peter B. Parker, but I feel like these movies are so like wholesome, like I do think it would seem a bit out of place if his dad did die, it'd be quite sad, especially in the third movie. Like, how sad would it be if they don't make any more and that's the wrap up on the trilogy? Like, bye, Miles, your dad's dead, you're sad, see you later. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it'd be quite sad.
hey, as long as they keep Rio Morales alive, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Wow, what a woman. She's animated. She's not based on anyone in real life. Sorry, yeah, just again, the Spot, great villain. I was not expecting him to be the villain of the movie.
I'm obsessed with his theme.
Oh, it's great, yeah.
Spot Holes 2 is mental. It's so good.
I have
continue.
Spot as a Funko keyring. I got that literally the day after. It's great. I was not expecting him to be the big bad villain of the movie, because in the trailer he's kind of like a bit of a joke. So I kind of assumed it would just be Miles is fighting him for a bit and then that's it. But super cool, super clever. Guy with a bagel again. Another reference to Into the Spider-Verse, which is like, was that intentional? Like, what?
Must have been.
They knew.
Yeah, I felt like they're just
Everything
running
Everywhere All at
like
Once
laps
reference.
around us. They're just, Another bagel reference, yeah. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Did you see that there's actually a poster in this movie and it's like always, all the time, anywhere or something is like
really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Which is quite cool. And I think there's a bagel in the back of that as well, which I thought was quite
brilliant,
quite fun. But yeah, so overall thoughts, I guess, is very positive. Across the Spider-Verse, I guess, lived up to the hype. It was a super good movie. I think it will be in everyone's top 10s, definitely top 5s for certain members of this podcast.
All-time top 10.
Wow. And yeah, I'm very excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse and just to see how this story wraps up and where they take these characters.
Best trilogy of all time?
No.
Not when Lord of the Rings and Star Wars still exists, but it's definitely. I love a good trilogy. Like when you get a really solid trilogy. You know, when was the last time we had a solid trilogy? Like the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies, I guess, was
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, great trilogy, that one.
The first trilogy.
I'm not even going to lean into the joke. It's not funny anymore. These movies are still going on. Well, that was our Across the Spider-Verse segment. We're just going to throw in a quick TV thing because there's been a couple of shows that have kind of wrapped up. And also started. Has anyone watched The Idol this morning? No, of course we haven't because we're not stupid. It's bad. Don't watch it. Harvey, you wanted...
Idol?
It's the Sam Levinson show, and it's just Lily Rose Depp naked for like an hour.
The Idol is.
I was like, you know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll watch like the first episode because it came out this morning. Yeah. So I was like, I'll put it on. The first 10 minutes, I'm not even joking. Lily Rose Depp is just naked most of the time. They talk about her boobs the whole time, and then there's she's has her nudes leaked, and that's the first like 10-15 minutes. So I was like, I'm watching this. It's just
Sorry,
like this man's got this weird fetish for like sexualizing women on TV. Yeah. So I'm not bothering. I was like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It could be an interesting story. You know, loads of people have worked on this. It's not just here, and it's just weird. It's just you just feel uncomfortable watching it, which people will be like, oh, that's the point, but it's not. Like he's just weird. I don't like it. Anyway, more wholesome things. Ted Lasso wrapped up. I've never seen it. Harvey, you have though.
Yeah, I have. I think Josiah's watched the finale as well. Yeah, you watched it. Yeah. No, it's. Do I say that it's like one of my favorite episodes of TV ever? The finale. I think I'd go that far personally. It was so cool. I loved every single thing about it. They wrapped up the entire 3-season arc perfectly. There's nothing they could have done better, in my opinion. Like it was just that good. Like. I don't know what else to say. Like it was just so, like there was so many like I know a lot of people have been saying there's like a few storylines which haven't been completely met up with the rest of the show, and to some extent I would agree, but to be honest, like there were such minor things throughout like season 3 and season 2 which have just been moved on from now. I think like they carried out the main storyline like how they needed to, and it was just. It was just so beautiful. Like I did I cry? I think I cried in the finale. It was so good. Yeah,
I teared up twice. The final song. I don't care. I'll say it. The final song is father and son.
Say it. Yeah.
The final song they use is father and son, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're actually doing this right now. But I love that show. I will say I think season 3 is probably my least favorite of the 3 seasons.
Yeah,
but I still enjoyed it a lot. I just think there wasn't a real like main plot they tried to go down. It was just a lot of different things, and then I thought the final 3 episodes they did well to really rein it in. But I thought the first half of the season was a bit. It wasn't very jointed. It didn't feel right.
It was a bit slow.
Yeah, I think there were just fine episodes with great moments. I wouldn't say it was a bad season at all though. But yeah, I love the ending, and I guess as a football fan as well, they did a lot of relevant stuff to football across this season as well, which was I found funny. I quite like the satire nature of a lot of it. But yeah, good show, and 2 Office references throughout the season, so I'll take it.
Yeah. I think like one of the main things about this show for Kai and Connor is that from the outside, it's a football show, but it's so much more than that. Like it takes football, and football's just like the like overall concept, but everything else in between behind the scenes that you get to experience in the show, it's like it brings a togetherness. It's like there's like a big sense of like family and friendship and everything. It's so wholesome. It's one of the most wholesome shows I've ever watched. Like every episode was just beautiful. I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the point. Ted Lasso joins and he knows nothing about football, and it works. So I guess the audience don't need to know anything about football. Connor is a ghost in his room. But, yeah, great show. You guys should watch it.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm tempted to watch it. Has anyone seen Succession?
You actually should though. Like it's so good.
No. Succession. Anyone seen Succession?
No, but I really want to.
Sadly
No,
not.
me too. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can't talk about that. Anyway, draft time. We're going back to Spider-Verse
Everyone's favorite part.
themes. So this week we are drafting different Spider-Man variants. This doesn't have to be just from the Into and Across the Spider-Verse movies. These are just Spider-Men, Spider-Man, Spider-Women, Spider-People, Spider-Things. And the loser this week has to watch a very bad movie, let me tell you, because I've seen this movie. It's a movie called Superhero Movie.
Oh,
it stars
no.
Drake Bell as like a bug man. It came out in like 2008 when like disaster movie and those types of movies were fun. So enjoy that. I'm not planning on losing because I don't want to watch that. The order this week is Harvey's going first, I am second, Connor is third, and Josiah, you are fourth. So enjoy that.
I don't want to go first.
Damn it. I wanted second. I really wanted second.
The will
First
speaks.
is awful.
Yep.
Oh.
Right. Let's get into it then. Harvey, your first Spider-Man variant, please.
Okay. Well, there's only two that I would want to pick here. It's just what I want to, because I'm not going to have any of the good ones left by the time it gets back round to me. So it's just like, what's the strongest one that I can take?
That's an easy answer.
I think it's going to have to just be Miles for me.
Really?
I like
That's
that.
not the choice I thought, but
I think it's got to be, because I've got to play it safe,
Miles.
because I need to get round again to something decent.
I think he's my second favorite right now.
I had someone above him, but yeah, I need to play it more safe.
I'd be insulting my own morals if I didn't choose Andrew Garfield as my first choice. He is my favorite Spider-Man. I know he's not everyone's favorite, but I just, I'm gonna leave Toby and Tom for you guys because I can't disagree with Andrew Garfield. Connor, you're next.
Toby. Straight away.
Wow. Okay.
I wasn't expecting to be able to pick Toby, but Toby.
Well, here's the thing, right? Tobey Maguire is the iconic one. I think he'll get the votes. But honestly, my favorite is Tom Holland. So I'm quite happy to take Tom Holland's Peter Parker.
Fair.
Is anyone writing these down, by the way?
Oh, me. Sorry. I'm usually
sorry. I was just sat here and I was like, I've not seen anyone move.
Sorry, I'm usually. Oh, yeah, that's usually me. And for my second pick, I will take Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Ah, boo.
Where is it? There it is.
All right, I've got the right. Connor, it's you, buddy.
Oh, sorry, I completely forgot.
Yeah, we're filming a podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna go Peter B. Parker.
Nice.
Yeah, nice pick.
My second choice, I'm gonna go for Spider-Punk, Daniel Kaluuya. What a character he was.
Yeah, good pick.
It's a good
one. For my next pick, I'll take Spider-Man 2099.
Yep.
Or whatever. I can't remember. Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
Man,
I'll take him.
It's not looking good.
Hang on one second. And my second pick. I don't know. Give me. I'll take Spider-Man Noir.
Oh,
it's a good one.
Literally, all my ones are going.
Yeah. I'm gonna take in the Insomniac Spider-Man, the video game. Brilliant games if you guys haven't played them. Super good. And Miles Morales is great in that as well. Connor, back to you.
Now, this is a difficult one because I could either go like one I think people will actually know or like meme pick. And I kind of want to go meme pick because there's like 4 meme picks that I want. So we're going to go with Dinosaur Spider-Man.
Yes! I think he's called Spider-Rex.
All right,
T-Rex Spider-Man.
That's the one.
Love that.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll be honest. All my ones literally like after Spider-Gwen, it was Spider-Man 2099, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Punk, and Spider-Man Noir. So it's not ideal. I'm gonna go for Spider-Man India. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, fair.
I thought he was very good in this movie.
He was.
Oh, I get 2, don't I? Ooh. Let's call out to the OGs. Let's go for Spectacular Spider-Man as well.
I hate you. I didn't think it would get around to me, but I wanted it.
Yeah. I completely forgot it even existed. Meme pick was too early. I just realized the meme pick was too early. I should have waited for it. But we're continuing. We're going more meme picks. Doing this one for Brandino. Peter Parked Car.
Oh, he was my next pick.
I like
good.
that. I'm gonna throw in a meme pick as well here. I'm gonna go for Spider-Man Ice Pop. What a guy he was. He was actually in the chase scene as well. Someone has spotted him in the chase scene. So
Love that.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Oh, is it back to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Fourth pick, I'll take Spider Bite.
Oh yeah, she was
the
on my
Avatar
list.
lady. Like the one that's in the
Forgot
VR.
about her again.
And my fifth pick, I'll take Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman.
Got a very solid list there.
Thank you.
This is my final choice, yeah?
Yeah.
So there is a really good option here that I could take. But I can't do it. Give me Spooderman. That is my fifth pick.
That's such a good pick.
That's a brilliant one.
I don't know if that counts as a variant, but I'm gonna take
we're
it.
counting
Take
it.
it.
We're
Take it.
counting
Definitely
it.
counts. He's on the poster.
Yeah. There we go. Spooderman is my last pick.
Now I have 3 meme picks to pick from. It's all about which one works with me. I'm gonna just say the word spider does not look like a real word anymore. I've seen it too often. The S-P-I, it doesn't look right next to each other. We're gonna go Spider Cat. Spider Cat was my last pick.
I love that.
Just because I feel like it'd be quite... I wasn't planning on taking this, but just because I feel like it'd be quite disrespectful not to take him, I'm going to take Spider-Ham as my last one.
I didn't even have him on my list. I thought you was going to go for Lego Spider-Man.
No. I would feel morally wrong not taking Spider-Ham.
Yeah, I forgot about
I've
him.
lost this week.
This is a interesting week. I think this is a week where the main picks will do better than any other week, though.
Yeah, definitely. Before. Yeah.
But yeah, I actually have a few honorable mentions if you want to hear them.
I have a few as well.
Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
By Andy Samberg.
Scarlet Spider.
Yeah. Penny Parker, just for the anime fans out there.
No one was going to.
Mayday
I nearly
Parker.
did for my fifth pick.
No, not of Spider-Ham. Yeah, Mayday Parker, Lego Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And the bag man. But yeah, that
Bombastic bag man. He was going to be my fifth pick, but I thought
no. Yeah, I should have gone for him.
I've got a few more that weren't been said. We've got Spider Horse, Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, and then 2 from the comics, Man Spider and Spiders Man.
Fair.
But I thought no one would know them, so we'll leave them off.
Would you like me to read out the lists?
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Harvey has Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Bite, and Jessica Drew. It's a good list. Kai has Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Spider-Punk, Insomniac Spider-Man, Spider-Man Ice Pop, and Spooderman. So
I'm winning.
The last 2 are so good.
I quite like it. Connor has Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Rex, Peter Park's Car, and Spider-Cat.
I love that.
Amazing. Then I have Tom Holland Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man India, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Spider-Ham.
That's good.
It's quite an unpredictable week, I think.
I think
I feel like anyone could take this. Yeah.
But still yet to lose. It will never happen. So I'm pretty confident.
Still yet to win. It will never happen.
One day. Next week when we draft all the different Transformers, you'll come through.
I would not even know where to start.
Can we not do that?
Optimus Prime.
No, I can tell you now that's not happening.
It's a comic book movie.
Cheetos.
Yeah, different Cheetos.
Honestly, it's hardly a comic book movie.
We could draft Christmas.
That's such a good idea.
Different what?
Crisps.
Why? What
Cheetos movie?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, all right.
Excellent. I'm gonna start writing my list. Cool. Well, I almost forgot I was hosting then. I was like, why is no one wrapping this up? Well, that was Unoriginal Screenplay 9. Yay! Super cool episode. Join us next week when Harvey's hosting, talking about all the good movies releasing this week.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That silence sums up our thoughts about this week's release. Actually, no, Cheetos movies is
Cheetos and Transformers.
That's going to be better than Across the Spiderverse. I'm feeling it. Can you imagine if that was movie of the year? But yeah, thanks for joining. Go follow us on our socials. Make sure you vote in the draft for me to win. If not, Spiderman will come for your family. And go watch Across the Spiderverse. It's in theaters now. Go give it a watch and let us know your thoughts. Cool. Thanks for watching and have a good week, I guess. Bye.